Every Theo collection starts with a story, and that's what makes them special. They're not just shapes or colours, they're concepts brought to life through design. We recently saw the final Theo collections of 2025, and two really stood out to us: Isolines and Make-Up. They couldn't be more different in tone or idea, yet both capture exactly why Theo is such a fascinating brand to follow. So let's dive in.
You're now tuned in to the Optical Gallery.
If you're new to the channel, I'm Nick, Curator of Eyewear, Lens Artist and Dispensing Optician here at the Optical Gallery. Before we get into the collections, let's talk about something Theo use to define every frame they create. The Boldness Bar is a spectrum that runs from easy to wear all the way through to expressive, bold and extreme. It's a playful way of showing where each collection sits in terms of character and confidence. At the easy to wear end, you'll find collections that are subtle. Think cleaner lines, minimal colour. As you move through the scale, you hit expressive, more sculptural, more statement making, and at the far end, full-on art pieces that scream Theo. And personally, I love this system because it gives you context. If you're new to Theo, it tells you where to start. If you're a long-time Theo wearer, it shows you where you can push next. Let's start with Isolines. Now this collection is inspired by contour lines, those curved markings that you see on topographical maps that trace the rise and fall of the landscape. Theo took that idea of mapping terrain and turned it into design. Each frame follows a continuous wire contour that encapsulates the lenses, creating a kind of double rim illusion, but instead of layering, it's a single elegant wire bending in harmony with the shape. That negative space between the wire and the lens gives the whole frame a light sculptural energy. Now, there are several models in this collection, each with their own identity. Meet Isogan, an elongated aviator silhouette, a nod to vintage proportions but reimagined in true Theo style. It's confident without being loud, bold but still wearable. And then there's Isopach, a smaller rectangular reader style, the sort of frame that you perch on the end of your nose and look over the top. And honestly, if you read a lot, there's nothing more enjoyable than having a proper single vision reader that looks this good. And then we have Isohel, a larger, modern navigator shape. Personally, this one's my pick. It's strong, architectural, and suits broader faces perfectly. In fact, Isohel and Isogan are both ideal if you've got a slightly larger head shape. Then there's Isobath, that rounded cat shape. If you know Theo's Constantia from the Characters collection, one of my all-time favourites, this feels like its cousin. The shape is softer, the lines flow beautifully, and for those who found Constantia just a bit too small, Isobath gives you the same charm but in a slightly wider, more balanced fit. Now, there are three more models that haven't arrived yet, that are a part of the Isolines family: Isobar, Isohypse and Isotherm. Isobar brings a rounded lens design. Isohypse takes on the classic aviator shape with those clean masculine proportions. And Isotherm introduces a refined panto design, timeless, intellectual, but with that signature Theo twist. Every model comes in 8 colorways, from vibrant reds, pinks and oranges to calmer earth tones and metallics. Wearing wise, they're feather light and beautifully balanced. Theo's patented spring hinge, the same one used in their potato family, is one of the only spring hinges I actually trust. It's engineered flat, distributing tension evenly along the temple, and honestly, in my experience, it's one of the few that doesn't fail. I'm not usually a fan of spring hinges, but Theo's just work. Now on to Make-Up. This collection couldn't be more different from Isolines. It's louder, lighter and full of personality. The inspiration comes straight from the world of cosmetics, contouring, shading, highlighting, all the things that enhance rather than hide. Structurally, it's a blend of materials: titanium for precision and lightness, mazzucchelli acetate for warmth and texture. There are 5 models in the Make-Up family, each named after cosmetic essentials. Eyeliner is a classic panto shape. It's really wearable, soft around the eyes, and that perfect all-rounder that works on almost anyone. Lipstick is the trickier cat eye. It's playful, it's lifted, and it gives instant attitude, but on the right face it completely transforms the look. My favourite colourway in this model is the fluorescent pink. The acetate has a warm brown tone running through with these golden sparkles. It's so pretty and it shows exactly what Mazzucchelli can achieve when it comes to colour. And then we have Mascara, and this one's my personal favourite. The hexagonal shape is so unique and the yellow and blue combination just works. The yellow acts as a highlight, breaking up the blue and giving the frame energy. It's the perfect example of how Theo used contrast to create emotion. Then there's blush. A rounded design, slightly more challenging to wear than eyeliner, but full of cheerful, animated character. And there's a lovely story behind this one. Wim Summers, the founder and father of Theo, asked his sons to recreate this model using one of his own colourways designed many years ago. And I absolutely love that. It's discreet, yet the acetate has this crystal pattern that makes you look twice. For me, it's a testament to family traditions. And coming from a second generation family run optical business myself, that really resonates with me. And finally, there's foundation, the square one. Clean, balanced, instantly wearable. It's the calm tone of the collection, that neutral base everything else builds on. Across the entire collection, the acetate on the top brow is transparent. Those translucent tones act like a natural highlight, gently lifting the design and brightening the face. If these sections were solid, the frame would look heavier. Nothing here is accidental. Every colour choice, every material contrast is intentional. I also love the structural details. That narrow double bridge that gives the face space to breathe, but it still gives strength to the centre. And those little nose bridge accents, playful and sculptural, exactly what Theo do best. Wearing wise, they're incredibly lightweight. They're engineered to be expressive yet comfortable, which Theo always seems to just get right. For me, Isolines shows Theo's calm precision, and Make-Up shows the fearless side. Together they represent two sides of the same personality. One thoughtful and refined, the other one is vibrant and alive. So where would I place them on the Boldness Bar? Isolines sits right in that expressive but wearable zone. It's creative yet composed, the perfect entry point for anyone new to Theo. Make-Up on the other hand lands between expressive and bold. Adventurous, full of spirit, but still completely wearable. The kind of frames that make you feel seen, not hidden. And that brings me to something new I want to introduce moving forward. The OG Spectrum. Theo used the Boldness Bar to define their creativity. We'll be using the OG Spectrum to define ours. A way to visually show where frames, lenses and collections sit across our world of optics. It's something I'll be bringing into more videos as we explore eyewear from all corners of the spectrum, from minimal to extreme, understated to outrageous. But for now, what do you think of the new Theo collections? Do you prefer the calm precision of the Isolines or the bold confidence of the Make-Up? Drop it in the comments because I geek out over this stuff and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you love Theo Eyewear as much as we do, hit subscribe. We couldn't feature every new Theo family from 2025 in one video, but I'll be doing deep dives into them very soon. And if you want to know when new collections drop in store or when Theo or any other brand are exhibiting their full collections, make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter at www.opticalgallery.co.uk. Until next time, protect your eyes, look good doing it, and peace!